Hello everyone, welcome to the Connecting the World show, and I'm your host, Mr. Muniem Rizvi. Tonight we had a guest from Nigeria, Mr. Joseph, and Mr. Joseph, who is Mr. Joseph, we will ask him. But before inviting him to my show, I'm going to introduce himself in my show by giving his brief introduction. Mr. Joseph is a social activist, and he is a student of second year in technology education at the University of Lagos, and he is devoted for humanitarian work, who has spent more of his time in helping humanity. So, without any wasting of my time, I'm going to invite Mr. Joseph. Hello, Mr. Joseph. Welcome to Connecting the World show.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show, sir.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon there in your country and good evening in the Pakistan.
Okay, yeah, we're in the evening in my country, Nigeria.
Like, what's time there right now?
Yes, 5 minutes past 8.
5 p.m. Okay,
5
and in
minutes to 8,
Pakistan
yeah.
it's
No, yeah, yeah.
okay.
yeah.
It's 8 p.m.
No, 5 minutes to 5. 5 minutes
Okay,
to
okay,
5.
okay. Like it's
Yeah,
4 minute, 4 and 55 p.m. I got it, and
yeah,
it's around about 9 p.m. here in Pakistan. We're in the night and you are in the evening, so it's a part of life, and we are here on the platform of Connecting the World show, and we are here to
yeah.
connect different kind of people from all around the world. And I welcome Mr. Joseph you to on the platform of Connecting the World show.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Joseph, kindly introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? And what you do exactly in your life?
Okay, my name is Joseph Abidemi. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a student of University of Lagos studying technology education. I'm a certified humanitarian with some organization. For a long time now, I've been working with different organizations in achieving their long-term goals. Some of the organizations I've been working with as a volunteer and a certified advocate, I've worked with Volunteer Foundation of Nigeria, Revamp Africa, Raising Hope Initiative as the head of administration, and so more of the organization that I've worked with. And we have been working collectively in order to find solutions to humanity problems.
That's great, Mr. Joseph. You tell us about yourself. Okay, Mr. Joseph, kindly tell about your educational background, from which university you are studying, and from which college you did, and why did you choose this subject for university?
Yeah, I graduated from Adini College of Education in 2017, where I study technical education. Actually, what really projected my interest in studying technical education is because of my experience personally. I've experienced a lot. I could remember some years back, I was a dropout from school. I dropped out from SS2. That is grade 11 when I was in secondary school, senior high secondary school. But from time goes on, I started realizing in my life that I need to do something. Then I move on by learning a trade, a bricklaying trade for about 3.5 years. During that course of learning the trade, I discovered that my mental ability was so low to the extent that if they asked me to come and express myself in a layman way, maybe speaking to another person or doing some of the little arithmetics with mathematics, I found it so difficult to do so. Then I say, okay, what can I do next? Is it that I'm going to end my career? I love education so much. Despite that I'm a dropout from school, I still have another thing to do. Then someone light up that potential in me by advising me to move on to College of Education. I applied for National Examination Council, that is NECO, to write my secondary school examination. After writing that secondary school examination, I got admitted into College of Education to study technical education. But something happened to me. I didn't pass English language. Then I walked to the HOD, that is head of department. The man looked at me and said that, do you really want to go to school? I said, yes, I want to go to school. Say, are you sure? Because you did not meet all the requirements for you to be admitted into the school. And the preferred course and department that you choose, your credential did not meet all their requirements. Then I beg you that I want to go to school. Now say, after finish from your college, immediately you finish from your college, make sure that you receipt them, that you write the words, the English language, so that if you are going to university to do your first degree, you should be given admission if you follow that procedure and the process. Then I said, yes, no problem. During that course, I said, no problem, I'm going to do that. After graduating from College of Education, I didn't know College of Education, studying technical education. Then I move on to do my first undergraduate degrees in the University of Lagos, the same course. Then in that process, I realized that there are some things that I have to do right. I have to do some needful. What are the needful? To make sure that all my credentials are well arranged and prepared. After doing that, I applied as an undergraduate student. Then I was admitted as a student of University of Lagos in my 200 level. Now I'm studying technology of education. Now the reason why I choose a voluntary activities and one of the important things in my life is what I've undergone as a youth. What are the things I've undergone as a youth? I faced a lot of problems going to school, and I've seen a lot of children out there that they could not have that zeal and someone that will help them to set these long time goals. And I've worked with different organizations. One organization I'm working with, Volunteer Foundation of Nigeria, a newly established organization, as member of the board of trustees. And also I've worked with Raising Hope Initiative at the head of administration. Then I've worked with other organizations. The main reason why I choose that course is because of the background. I've learned the bricklaying work before. Then I want to teach. I want to facilitate some programs. I want to organize youth collectively, especially those people who are on the street that could not have that privilege of going to school, that are out of school. Because in Africa, we have the highest children and youth who are out of schools, and our government are not doing the necessary things to be done. Then who can do that? Is we youth. That's how can I do that? How can I defend what I'm doing? How can I be teaching without having the knowledge? Then I now make plan. After planning, I implement. Then I've started evaluating all the things I've been doing, all my activities, and it's working perfectly. That is why I choose technical education. Raising Hope Initiative, we are working on skills acquisition, how to teach them how to have a skills youth, so that once you have a skill, you're able to establish yourself and go back to school. Now, I've bring all these things together, comprising I'm a bricklayer, I'm a teacher. Then in Raising Hope Initiative, we are teaching children, especially youth, on how to use their skills and how to learn more skills. And as a teacher, I've undergo a lot of literacy programming, and also I've done things involuntarily with Volunteer Foundation of Nigeria, and this is working perfectly.
That's great. You told us about your journey, like how you started and why you did this course. Okay, now, Mr. Joseph, tell me why you started thinking about humanity, about serving people. Why you think? What was the main reason behind that? Why did you start thinking about
Yes,
other
thank you. It
people?
started from 2018 when I was in school. No, it started from 2018. Immediately I finished school, because I finished school in 2017. Then I sat down that I've really achieved a lot. How do I come to this extent? And I discovered that someone called me. Joseph, do you want to go to school? I said, yes. but you are out of school. Are you sure you want to go to school? But do you have something in your upstate? I said, no, I don't have anything. The person enrolled me in a lesson was someone to pushing me all those subjects like mathematics, English, biology, and etc. Then how can I do the same to others? Okay, I want to project myself forward by doing what? By extending these activities to many people out there, especially youth, starting from the age of 17 upward. I started from 2018 when I tried to gather some of my friends. We visited some schools. We helped them to know the reason why they have to set a goal. And after setting a goal, how can they achieve that goal? It's not about setting a goal. If everybody can set a goal, you yourself can set a goal. I to myself can set a goal. But how can we achieve that goal? It's by working towards that goal. Then we have myself and my team. We have let all these students know how to set their goal, how they can achieve the goal.
Got it. Your point might be, I think, I was quite uh, understand your point because of maybe some internet connection, but now I'm okay. Okay, Mr. Joseph, as you were telling us about why you started about in 2018, and like if you talk about humanitarian and thinking about the people you are doing working, like you always thought about the people that what they are doing, so you can help them, you can help out in different kind of situation, and you serving a lot of time in helping humanity. So, who was your ideal? Uh, with like if you started this work of humanity, who was your ideal? Whom you start watching, and then you decided, yeah, if he or she can do it, why not I? So, how you started this humanitarian work by watching, and who is your ideal in this field of humanity?
Yes, I have to people in mind. Starting from you can know about the history of Nelson Mandela, how he fought for humanity to just for South Africa to gain freedom. Then you can also have another person in this country, Ambassador Musa. He has been helping humanity a lot, and I've seen him engaging in one or two activities. Oh, those activities has really helped a lot of people, both in the education sector, industrial sector, and economic sectors. These are the two people who have who has
So,
given me
uh,
that
number one
freedom.
is
Yes.
Nelson Mandela, and
Yeah.
who was the second one?
Yeah. Yes. The second one is Ambassador Musa Olayinka.
Okay, so Ambassador Musa is your second
Yes.
person whom you like think that he is the person whom you're following. And okay, now
Yeah.
if you think about your country regarding Nigeria, so what do you think people or you should work on these causes? What are the main? If I ask you, Mr. Joseph, kindly tell us about your country. What are the three main issues which you think should be resolved first, and then we'll move afterward step by step to other kind of problem. But what are the three main problems you think you or everyone who is doing the humanity work, he or she should consider these three problems, and they need to solve these three issues? What are these three issues?
Please. Can you come again? Can you come again? The network is very bad. Can you come again, please, with your question?
Sure, I'm repeating the question again. I'm saying,
Okay.
if I ask you that what are the three main issues in your country whom you think to first of all we need to solve about the humanitarian. If you're focusing on humanity, so what are the three main issues you want to resolve as soon as possible, or if anyone who he or she is doing, or if any NGO or any community is working, they should think about these three issues first, and then they can think about some other these also. But these three main issues are reason to be started as soon as possible in your country. I'm talking about your country.
Okay, thank you very much for that great question. Actually, in Nigeria, we all know some other country, as we all know, that we are facing a lot of problems in this country, starting from bad governance and bad leadership and the rest. But let me start from this place. We all know that our governments are not doing quite well for we citizens. Number two, their duties is very unencouraging when it comes to government duties on their citizens. Now, number three, sorry, our quality education in this country is very bad. Then how can we solve that problem? Number three, our economy is going down in this country. Number one, based on bad governance. There was a time that youth were outside protesting for good governance, that our government have to do something about the problems they are facing, police brutality and other things, NSAS everywhere. That is the only solution they think that can end this problem. But they have forgotten that there should be kind of dialogue. There should be kind of dialogue between the two parties, the youth and the government. It's not about war. It's not about causing problem or crisis all over the places. We should make the government dialogue. Government is what we need. We know that we human can't really control ourselves, can't rule ourselves. It's not possible. But at least to some limit ability, we can come together and solve these problems. African Union gave out an agenda that should be achieved in 2063. I want to ask you a question. Do you think before that 2033, all the leaders that are leading our country now, will they still be alive? They will have died. Then who is going to stand accountable for what's happening? It's this generation, this youth that we are now. But if they did not have that time to sit with the government, it's not about finding the government, this is what we need. It's not about carrying posters all over the places, causing problems. But I think dialogue can really change the problem. Number two, as an educator, I know that for a country to be successful, they need what? Good education. Example of Finland. Finland education system is number one in the whole world because they base their education on research. The teacher cannot come and work on another person's research. It's not possible. In school, he or she has to develop his own research, find solution to that problem, and recommendation so that each problem will be solved at a time. That is how it should be done. Now, my message to educators out there is that in Nigeria, if you are hearing me in Nigeria, we need to change our mentality. It's not about the money anymore. Even though they are not paying educators very well in this country, they pay them less. It's not about the money anymore. It's about the interest. Who are you? Are you a teacher? A teacher are so passionate to the extent that they can go a long way for their students so that the education system of Nigeria can really go well. And the bodies that is holding Nigeria education system, they are not doing well. They should always use the allocation given to them on Nigeria education. Number two, that is number two things if I have a chance to solve in this country. Number three, our education, our economy is very bad. How can we solve this? It's to work towards a solution. We have small scale business in which the government can invest in. They can invest on those things, on those small businesses. We have in Nigeria, youth, innovative youth are out there bringing out their startup, giving out their proposal. This is what we have. If government can fund it, it can really help our economic, can boost our economic in this country. That is, those are the three problems we are having. Then who are those people that can let this thing to be achieved? It's not these old people. They are old enough. It's not possible. They can't think straight again because of their age. We can't blame them. The only thing we can do that we as an individual, as a citizen of a country, let's come collectively and find a solution to it. If government now come to us, let's go and meet them. We have the medium or the channels in which you can use to connect the government. Our local government is there, our state government is there. Before going to the federal, you can't be going on the street and be shouting and be making noise. What have you done as a citizen of a country? Those are the things that I think personally we should find solutions to. Those are the challenges that I think that this country is facing. And if you can find solution to it, it is very okay. Because when it's like bad governance, if we have good governance, we have good education. So we will be having good education, we will be having good graduate, and good graduate will have work. After getting the work, they will add to the value of the economic of a country.
Exactly, you're right. Like these are the main issues which you think everyone should focus on it, and they have to finish first these three issues in the from Nigeria, and then they should also do work some other causes. Okay, if I ask you, Mr. Joseph, that in the future, do you want to be run your NGO, non-government organization for the sake of humanity in your country? So on what three things you would like to do work after 5 years, like do you want to work on education, or you want to work on health, or you want to work on some basic necessities like water, uh, like electricity, these kind of things. What things you should start, first three things you would love to work in Nigeria?
Yes, number one is education because I'm a teacher. Then I have to make sure that I give my best to the society with all the skills and knowledge I've acquired in university and the College of Educations and other training I've attended, like Microsoft in Innovative Educators. Their conferences, I've attended their conferences and their seminars, and I've this online. Now, number one, I'm working on education. Number two, I'm working on dignity. Number three, I'm working on skill acquisition, which will result towards adding value to Nigerian economy. On education, I work with different organizations. But now what I'm going to do on my own 5 years to this time, I'm going to build a school for children if I'm fortunate to do that. And at this time, I have an NGO I'm running with other university students all over the nation in Nigeria. And we're about 5 students in numbers. The name of our organization is Let's Read Initiative. We've not yet publicized it so that people will know, but we have social handle on Facebook. It's only on Facebook. We post on Facebook. We give quotes on Facebook, and we celebrate some international days that focuses on education. Now, since I'll be working on education on that part, that is now I'll be bringing in Let's Read Initiative. After bringing in Let's Read Initiative, that Let's Read Initiative, in 5 years to this time, will change the orientation of youth in Nigeria. Those people who are think that they cannot go to school, they cannot learn. Those people that are out of school, drop out on the street, walking, stealing, doing sort of bad things on the street. Now, that is based on education. In 5 years to this time, if I go, at least let me say 3 years to this time, I'll be through my university. Then after the 3 years, I'll try to apply for masters abroad if I can be given a scholarship abroad to study abroad. Then after that, after coming back, because I know that the course I'll be doing to be within the range of a year or 1.5 year. After coming back to Nigeria, I'll try to organize my group back in the Let's Initiative. They'll be working in Nigeria while I'm overseas. But coming back to Nigeria, I'll try to organize them back again to work on our goals and objective, our aims, our vision, our mission in making that make sure that all at least 50% of Nigerian children out of school are back to what school. When it comes to human dignity, we all have dignity as human, but we've forgotten that our dignity can be violated. We all have dignity, but we've forgotten that our dignity can be violated. Then how can we save human dignity from being violated? There were partners with other organizations that are fighting, advocating for woman dignity. We have them like Child Sheet Initiative, they are fighting for girl child dignity. Raising Hope Initiative, they are fighting for girl child dignity. There's some other World Youth Alliance Nigeria, they are fighting for woman's dignity. I could remember some months ago, I enrolled myself in one of the certified training program with World Youth Alliance, where I gained a lot of knowledge and skills on how to advocate for human dignity. This kind of human during the course of that program, I learned the struggle of some people who have fought for human dignity. It's not by gun, but it's by dialogue, by letting government know what they are doing is not right to humanity. It's not about carrying gun. You can talk with the government like that of Nelson Mandela and a lot of people who have walked on the road of struggle for freedom. That's why I'm working on dignity. I've acquired these skills from World Youth Alliance. I can't keep it to myself. Not possible. Now I know that I collected a certificate from them. My certificate cannot talk for me. It's not possible. What can talk for me is my action, is my ability. Now, going back to the economy, I'm still going back to the economy. What will make a country to be valuable is the economic of that country. Do you believe that? Once the economic has been derailed, there is no value about the country anymore. Then, since Raising Hope Initiative is working on this aspect, I think that in future, when I establish my own NGO, I'm going to work with them so that we together, collectively, we can work on that skill acquisition and add to economic value of this country. These three things can be achieved through courage, confidence, endurance, and collaboration. With what? With youth. It's not this old men, it's with youth. Because those people, they have the skills that bring still fresh. They can think normally. They can they can bring innovative ideas on the table.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joseph. You give your precious time to me. It was such a wonderful session with you. Talk about you talk about regarding the problem of Nigeria, what kind of issues you are facing, and what kind of issues you want to resolve in Nigeria. Thank you so much for your precious time. It was such a wonderful session with you on the platform of Connecting the World Show. Thank you so much. Take care, Mr. Joseph, and it's a good night from Pakistan. Take care. Bye bye.